So when we first started, one of our first meetings, maybe even our second meeting, we were coming up with different names that we could have, and we all jumped immediately to Ghostbusters. So instead of having Ghostbusters, we were thinking about like Tobacco Busters, and the symbol on our shirt, which is a ghost, just because of the theme Ghostbusters.
So in the movies that we sat down and watched this video that showed the inappropriate use of tobacco in movies, which, I mean, for the tobacco companies themselves, it's getting that product out there so more people see it. And, I mean, these movies are for kids, 15 and under. So, I mean, do you really want a kid that's under the legal age to do tobacco to really see this in the movie? It's just really inappropriate for them to be seeing it, so.
And when they see it on a movie, they think that it's okay to do in real life because there's kids or even adults doing it, and you're broadcasting it to different students and even like little kids that look up to older people in the community and just in movies.
Also, statistics show if you smoke tobacco or any nicotine-related product before the age of 18 or really at a young age, you're much more likely to become addicted, and it's really hard to quit, and that affects a lot of people. So noticing that and trying to put a stop at it at our own high school really makes us.
We went to meetings. We had a monthly meeting where we talked about preventing tobacco in use of like children's movies and other movies, as well as helping high schools understand the effects of doing tobacco and why you shouldn't do it, like drugs or even tobacco.
When we got started, we would meet, once a month. We would get together and talk about the inappropriate use of tobacco in movies. So, as a group, as a whole, we agreed that we believed that it was inappropriate, the showing of tobacco in movies for children, because it's putting that use out there so they see that and they believe that it's okay, which obviously it's not. So we kind of agreed to make it our job to kind of put that out there at our school and get involved in making posters and just being able to verbally tell people that the use of tobacco is not okay. Well, many of us, when we hear about someone using tobacco, you think of, the big picture, the cancer, the health risks for not only you, but your family. So knowing all these risks, you really want people to focus and not, think it's okay. Not to think it's cool, not to, use it, especially in high school or in junior high or whenever you're put in that situation. If your parent uses it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's okay.
You also need to look at the bigger effects that really go with using tobacco and stuff like that, is the stress involved with the addiction to nicotine, which is very strong. And I've personally watched some of my own family members try to quit smoking, and they've failed many times. Luckily, a few of them have been successfully at quitting though.
And I would say that when you first find out that someone is smoking, it's a lot less appealing when you look at them again. You don't think of them almost as the same person because you're worried about their health risks and you're worried about how they're going to do as a person, and it's almost harder to watch someone go through that.
It makes you wonder about how they think of themselves, like their own self-image. Are they doing that to impress their friends or to stand out and be different or to cover up something else that's going on in their lives? You wonder if you could have done something yourself to help them out and make them realize that they have worth too.
The project we began last year, we made posters and put up around the schools and around our school and tried to show students at Thompson Falls what tobacco does to somebody and what it's like and what you can do to prevent it.
Another project we did that was adding on to that was we came up with a skit, like a little talk show that we had that ran for about 30 seconds, and we aired it on the radio, and we just came up with a little chime so we could get across the message of not using tobacco products and just telling our audience the different chemicals in it and what those chemicals can be used as, such as like cleaning products and other household products.
After we finished making the little 30-second skit that we did for the radio, we actually, as a group, we went into the office and we have a system where we're allowed to make announcements to every classroom. And we all got together and had our little pieces of paper and read off the different products that are in tobacco. So that helped also getting the word out at school. Well, basically the movie, we sat down as a group and it was this video that Jan had brought in for us to watch, and it was just basically telling us how the effects of showing tobacco-related products in movies just really put the product out there for children, not only adults. Because, you know, normally when you're younger, you go to the movies with a parent or a family member of some type, and you sit there and watch that movie for them, and also it shows it for the parent, but also the child, which putting that product out there, I mean, you know, they see a character, like a movie star doing it, and they automatically think that that's okay, and that's right. So basically the movie was just showing how we think it's inappropriate to put that product on a movie for children and also adults to see.
Watching the movie was just an introduction for our tobacco busters and what we'll be doing in the community. We just wanted to have a better understanding and idea of what tobacco busters really is. So by watching that movie, we learned a lot more about the steps that we have to take into getting maybe a higher rating on those films that do have tobacco products in it.
To a movie.
We went and watched a movie that there was really no tobacco use in. It was a children's movie, but we went to see like what kind of things they would put in a children's movie that could be used for non-tobacco.
And just kind of the positive outlook on it. I mean, you can go down and sit down with your family and watch a movie that doesn't have tobacco use in it, which it's just fine. There's not much of a difference to me personally, but I mean, the use of tobacco in any movie, we were talking about the rating of that movie should be higher. Instead of PG, it should be PG-13 or R, depending on the use of their choice of tobacco.
I've noticed tobacco use has been spreading around a lot more. When we were younger, not a lot of people were using tobacco, or not that we had noticed, and nowadays it seems like everywhere you go someone is using tobacco, and just it's making a lot more unhealthy of a population, especially when you're outdoors and the people around you who aren't necessarily smoking or using tobacco products, they can pick up on the side effects of it.
It's more common now. More people are doing it, so it's like when younger people pick it up from their parents, it's like, well, their parents did it, they're obviously going to do it, but that doesn't have to be the outcome.
I see more and more that not the entire tobacco using population is 18 or older. There's sometimes underage, and some of the kids at our high school have been getting in trouble with the school for tobacco use, and that's now affecting some of their academics and athletics. So it's affecting more and more of their lives the younger they get.
My favorite part of this project has been getting together with a great group of people and being able to sit down, you know, have our Sunny D, have our chips, and discuss, you know, a great cause, putting our word as students in this high school, getting our word out there to everyone that we can. Just being a part of it is special to me, just because I've never, like, none of my friends do tobacco, but just being able to be a part of the school and see what those kids go through, just, you know, with the use of tobacco. It just makes us feel a little bit better, getting our word out there to those people.
To try and help other kids in our school know what's really in these products and what it does to your body. Like, it helps with getting the information out there, even though if they're not going to listen, it's still there.
Getting word out to high schoolers or people in the community and even the state has been my favorite part, because educating them on why they shouldn't be using tobacco products, which will hopefully help them to live a healthier life and help them to accomplish goals that they have set that they may not be able to accomplish because that tobacco is influencing their lives.
My favorite part is knowing that we ourselves as a group are making a difference in our lives with how we're living ourselves and being an example to maybe our siblings or the kids in our school, just because we don't do tobacco.
Do you know what's in tobacco products?
Arsenic, used in rat poisoning. Ammonia, used in household cleaning products.
Benzene, found in gas.
Formaldehyde, used in preserving animal stuff.
Now you know what's found in nasty tobacco products.
Tell everyone.
This message is brought to you by the Thompson Falls Tobacco Busters.
For more information, go to reactmt.com.
Who are you going to call?
Tobacco Busters!